Hello and welcome back to an episode of In Corto d'arte. My name is Rita and today we're gonna talk about hey, what's happening on the screen? And here we are. Today we're going to talk about fragments. Yes, all those pieces that are made after an object breaks. And fragments holds within it the memory of the object and what the object represented. In fact, when something we care about breaks or deteriorates, we're always trying to fix it and to bring it back to its original form in order not to lose the memories that this object raised. Fragments are also very important because they help us to understand and discover ancient history. In fact, in museums, we keep fragments from past civilizations, such as pieces of vases, walls, or fossils. For instance, the Rosetta Stone, an important object that allowed us to understand ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, was just one part of something much bigger. This is important to understand because even a small fragment has the incredible power to keep and share a greater memory. Now that we know some of the characteristics of fragments, let's have a look at how contemporary artists actually use them in their artworks. The Italian artist Franco Guerzoni has a particular relationship with fragments, which draws him to look after them. It does not try to fix what was broken, but instead gives the fragments new meaning by making them the main subject of his compositions. The fragments that Guerzoni uses are not special historic objects, but pieces of walls that the artist has taken from abandoned houses or construction sites. By doing this, the artist takes fragments from an unknown past and brings them into the present, giving them a new life with a new meaning. The Korean artist Sookyung Yee has a different approach to fragments. Her inspiration comes from the Japanese tradition of the kintsugi, in which broken pottery and porcelain is repaid by using gold, in order to give them a new meaning and value. In 2001, he began by collecting pieces of broken porcelain to create a series of sculptures called translated vase. After choosing the right pieces, the artist assembled them together, leaving the cracks visible thanks to a line of thin golden lacquer. He recomposed several ceramics from different historic periods, making them into new and unique pieces. With their work, the artist asks us to think about the relationship between time and traditions. Following a similar concept, artist Glenn Martin Taylor makes artworks in which pieces of porcelain are not fixed using precious materials, but by using everyday objects such as pages from books, fabric, threads, or metal objects. The final results seem to have two different sides, one being the fragile beauty of porcelain and the other being the solid structure of the new elements that complete the artwork. We have seen how three artists approach the idea of using fragments in different ways. Shall we try and give a new life to a broken object? You will need some fragments of old objects, such as broken toys, a small broken cup, a piece of jewelry, pages of a ruined book, a small stone, a piece of plaster, etc. Thin metallic wire, other objects of different sizes that you could attach the fragment to. Let's have a look at how Claudio used these objects. After selecting the objects that he wanted to use, Claudio used the wire to tie them together to create a new sculpture. You can really try and create different combinations. Claudio is using a piece of a toy to create a new object, and then he ties it to a piece of fabric to create a complete scene. I also tried to make my sculpture out of fragments. My inspiration came from the Korean artist Sookyung Yee. I used the pages of an old book and old color tests, and I tied them together using golden wire and thread. Claudio and I made these sculptures, but don't forget that there are infinite ways to use fragments. For example, you can stick them together on a piece of paper and then create a drawing around them. Or you can create some earrings or some bracelet. You can really create anything that comes to mind. And another episode of In Corto arte has come to an end. But don't forget that if you want to be up to date, you can subscribe to this channel and click on the bell button. You can also follow us on our social media where we post reels and ins about our next episodes. See you next time. Bye!